Welcome to the Moana Adams podcast. I'm your host, Moana, a 15-year-old with a ton to say about mental health, wellness, self-love, and a whole lot more. So let's get into it. There we go. That's better. Hello. Happy Monday. Welcome to episode 33. Today we are talking about what to do when the universe is against you, or it feels like the universe is against you and nothing's going your way and nothing's working out for you and all that jazz. I wanted to talk about this because that's kind of how I felt the past few weeks, and I had a few realizations that I wanted to share about it in the last few days, and so I'm really excited for this episode. We're doing another solo episode. The next episode is also probably going to be a solo, but after that I have no idea what's happening because it's going to be Q3, which is crazy, and I have not done my Q3 planning yet, but we're getting there. Anyway, let's do currently loving. My currently loving is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. We saw it, today is Monday, we saw it on Saturday night. It was so good. It's my new favorite animated movie. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's been my favorite since I was 4 years old, and I used to watch the 1980s. Oh my gosh, what was it? I think it was like The Amazing Spider-Man and Friends, or something like that, with like Iceman and the Fire Girl. It's a 1980s Spider-Man cartoon, and I used to watch it when I was little. And then, as I got older, I got into Marvel, and Spider-Man's just always been my favorite. And I loved the new one, and I'm really excited to see where part 2 goes. And I love Miles' character, and, I just love those movies so much. And I love it so much. They're so good. And I love all the different Spider-Man or Spider-Men. Spider-Mans? I think it's Spider-Mans, because... yeah, I think it's Spider-Man's. I don't know, but I loved it. It was so good. And I'm really excited to see the next one. I want to know what everybody's movie theater snacks are. I got Bunch of Crunch is my favorite. I got the Bunch of Crunch ice cream, which is so good. They have it at AMC. It's like vanilla ice cream cubes coated in the Bunch of Crunch chocolate. So good. You have to try it. And like popcorn and like a red blue icy. Perfect movie theater snack setup. But I'm going to put a question, because I am like 50-50 with the movie theater. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. So I want to know what everybody's favorite movie theater snack is. And I will put a little question for Spotify people to answer, because I want to know. But that is my currently loving, is the Spider-Man movie. And if you haven't seen it yet, you need to. It is the best Marvel movie since No Way Home. I liked it better than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which is crazy, but I did. And it was so good, because No Way Home came after Black Widow, right? Because Black Widow is another one of my favorites. But this movie was seriously so good. And I know there's been like mixed reviews, but I loved it. And the animation is so cool. I love it so much. I could talk about that movie all day. But I won't, because if I do, I will get into spoilers. So let's do grateful. My grateful is my family. We had my family birthday dinner the other night, and it was lots of fun. We did a waffle bar, and I'm just very grateful for my family, and having family that I'm close to physically and emotionally is really nice. And yeah, I'm very grateful for them, and just my whole family is super supportive most of the time, and I'm really grateful that I have that support system. So that is my grateful. Now, I feel like I need to take a deep breath because I'm talking really, really fast. I choked on my water earlier today, and when it goes up your nose, it gets like stuck, and then you'll flip your head. Well, I got out of the shower, and I did my skincare, and I took a shower before recording, so I feel really good. But I flipped my head upside down to wrap my hair in a towel, and it dislodged whatever water was stuck in my nose, and it burns when you breathe in the pool water, kind of. Hurts so bad. So let's just take a deep breath. Okay. So I feel like we all go through phases where it feels like nothing is working out. Nothing is going our way. Nothing is working in our favor. And it feels like the whole world, the whole universe is against us. And, when I say universe, like, if you're a very religious person, it might be, like, God for you, like, whatever it is, we all have that. We have something, whether you believe in anything or not. There's, something, whether it's the universe, God, whoever it is for you. Like, that's what I'm talking about right now. But for me, like, I always say the universe. And so just keep that in mind while I'm talking. Like, if you're a religious person, just know, like, this relates to everybody in some way. And yeah. So it feels like the whole world is against you. Nothing is working out. No matter what you do, it feels like you can do nothing right and nothing is going your way. And nothing's working out. So, like, what can we do? And why is this happening to us? I definitely have felt this the past few weeks, and I know I go through phases where I feel this way, and then I will, beat myself up because I feel like I'm doing something wrong, and I don't know what I'm doing and why all the work I'm putting into things is not getting me where I need to be. And so I just want to kind of go through this and try and take it slow because it is a little bit confusing to talk about. I feel like, especially the way I wrote this episode, it might get a little confusing, so just bear with me. And yeah. So I just want to get right into the solution. My solution for what to do when it feels like the whole world, the whole universe is up against you and nothing is working out. So the first thing is you have to ask yourself, are you focusing on the negatives? Are there good things happening and you're just too focused on the negative things that you miss the positive? Because there are always going to be positive and negative things that are happening to you. It happens to everybody. Nobody's so lucky and everything constantly goes their way. And, there's always going to be positive things for people even if they don't notice them. And so you kind of have to look at that. So I want you to think back to the last week. List 3 positive things or positive good things that happened to you this week. So for me, for example, I posted a reel that I did not think was going to do well, and it did surprisingly well. I connected with another teen creator, Julia. We did the last episode together, and I think she's a really cool person, and I hope to work with her again. And so that was a positive thing. And then my other thing was that I watched Spider-Man. So those are 3 positive things that happened to me this week. And there were a lot of negative things that happened this week too. And so, by putting my energy towards those things and the positive things and focusing my energy towards those and appreciating those rather than dwelling on the negative, bad things that are happening, it's going to make you feel better, but you're going to realize maybe things aren't always not going my way. And this is really what lucky girl syndrome is. I know we talked about this a few months ago back in March, but it's about focusing on good, because more good things aren't happening to you just because you believe you have lucky girl syndrome or you have lucky girl syndrome. You're just putting so much energy towards those good things that they're the main thing that's happening. I talked about this a little bit, but if you think back to last week, think about things that happen to you just out of luck or positive things that happen because, I guess I should put it this way. Imagine you have lucky girl syndrome and you are the luckiest person ever. Everything works out in your favor. Now look back in the last week and imagine you felt that way all week long. What things happened to you last week that were those lucky things? I saw someone give an example of maybe you ordered a drink and you ordered a small size, but they accidentally gave you a big size. And they're not going to take it back, obviously. They just let you keep the bigger one. It was just a mistake. So you ended up with a bigger drink than you had before. So, good things are happening. You just have to put your energy toward them. So what I want you to do is over the next week, put so much energy towards the positive things that you forget about the negatives. The next one is something that I really need to work on, and it's, are you setting yourself up for success? You have to make it easier for the universe to allow good, positive things to happen to you. People talk a lot about trusting the universe and also working hard, but don't really talk about the balance between the two. where is the balance between, hustling and working really hard and trusting the universe to let the good things come and teach you when you need to learn something. And I feel like literally people always say they go back and forth between these two things, but then they never say, how do you find that in between? And for me, and this is where probably it will get a little bit confusing, but the better the place you put yourself in, the easier it is for the universe to offer you opportunities. For example, if you want to be a content creator, the harder you work to create quality content consistently and connect with brands and, work really hard, the more likely you are to go viral or get a brand deal, because you're putting energy towards that and you're putting yourself in a place where you are going to get those opportunities. And so the universe is able to bring you those opportunities. If you are being lazy and you're not showing up on Instagram and you're not working and you're not doing anything to push yourself towards that, then, there's no way that the opportunity could arise. Another thing is relationships. Are you surrounding yourself with positive, healthy relationships? Because if you are, then you're going to get positive, good things happen to you within those relationships. You're going to have good bonds and have a good support system that lets good things happen to you and opens up opportunities. People talk a lot about networking, and the more you network, the more opportunities that open up, and the more doors the universe can open up for you. So you have to do your best and work your absolute hardest to put yourself in the best place possible, because the best place possible is going to get you the best, easiest opportunities. And reach out to people, because there's no harm in asking. My dad tells me that all the time, is, you can just ask. When we're at a store or something, he'll always be like, especially when I was younger, he would be like, is there a cute family discount or something like that? And, there's nothing wrong with just asking. And the worst they can say is no. That's it. They just say no. Now, the next one is a little bit more difficult, but are you resisting a lesson you need to learn? Is the universe trying to teach you something and you're just not getting it? Are you being put in situations where you have to learn a lesson and maybe you keep making the same mistake over and over again, and that's what feels like is up against you, and that's what you feel like is pushing back on your growth? Maybe there is something that you need to learn and to change to grow and open up more opportunities. And maybe you just need to be pushed a little bit so you can grow more. And the last one is, are you saying no? Is the universe offering you opportunities and you're just denying them? Are doors being opened and you're just closing them? I used to do this a lot, especially when I was younger, even with the smallest things, because I didn't want to seem like a burden or, take up people's time, energy, money. And so people would offer me things and I would say no. And it's something really difficult for me, but I'm trying really hard to work on it, is people, if they can't do something or they don't want to do something, then they're not going to offer it. And I mean, sure, maybe every once in a while there's a politeness kind of a thing, but take that opportunity. It's yours to take. It's being offered to you. If you really want something, you can't let your fear keep you from taking up that good opportunity. So say yes more. And when you're presented with a good opportunity, take it, because you don't know when you'll ever get it again. If ever. You might never get that chance again. And if you're scared, you should fear missing a good opportunity more than the fear of what could happen, if you do take the opportunity. For example, I've seen a lot of people talking about, when they leave their 9 to 5 and they go to travel. and they're like, yeah, it's scary, but I'm more scared of losing time and not experiencing life than, there being a chance that, I don't have the money or I don't have the resources to, live or whatever it may be. They're more scared of losing time and missing opportunities than being in a secure 9 to 5. And of course, that's not the best example for everyone because some people like having that security and routine. But don't let fear hold you back from going through open doors and saying yes to opportunities that have been offered to you. So that's my little spiel for today about, feeling like things are up against you and nothing is working out. Shorter episode, which I know I like the shorter episodes. Not everybody does, but I like them. So, yeah. I also realized yesterday that we need a new intro because it says that I'm 15 and I'm not 15 anymore, I'm 16. So I'm going to be working on that. And I want to know what everybody wants to hear from me, and if you have any guests that you want to hear on the podcast, teen creators, business owners, writers, people with good stories and good inputs and positive, happy opinions about literally anything. If you want to hear it, let me know, and I will reach out to people and see if I can get them on the podcast. And if there's a certain topic that you want for a solo episode or, to talk about with someone else, please let me know. DM me on Instagram, at the podcast, whatever it is, let me know, because Q3 planning is coming up, and I'm going to need ideas. So, let me know, and that's all I got. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to give this podcast a rate and review, as well as follow me on all my socials linked in the show notes. Don't forget to drink some water, and I'll talk to you later.